and welcome to this week's BNz World Report. I am your host, Angela Ray, where we will discuss global topics and events from around the world. We are on location at the beautiful South Point Mall in Durham, North Carolina. Our first story comes to us from AOLnews.com, and Condoleezza Rice performs with the Queen of Soul. Well, Condoleezza Rice is no stranger to the whims of royalty, so when the Queen of Soul herself, Aretha Franklin, called her and said the two should do a rare duet, it was decreed. So the former U.S. Secretary of State and Aretha Franklin performed last Tuesday evening in Philadelphia at the Mann Music Center. The performance was a charity performance benefiting youth in both Philadelphia and Detroit. Our next story comes to us from allhiphop.com, and rapper Common lands a role playing a freed slave. Well, Chicago rapper actor Common is no stranger to the stage. Well, now he adds a new credit to his resume, and that is playing a lead role for a television film. He's going to be starring as Elam, the role of a freed slave, actually a biracial man, for AMC series called Hell on Wheels. And we look forward to seeing Common as he plays this role heading west, looking for work in the Transcontinental Railroad. And now we're heading to Team Brand News for this special report with Soledad O'Brien. If you are a future journalist or aspiring journalist, you're going to want to stick around for this one.
My name is Soledad O'Brien, and I'm a CNN special correspondent and anchor, which means I run around the globe and run around the country telling stories. My assignment is pretty much to tell stories that are mostly undercovered by the rest of the folks in journalism. You know, I think that the main thing to remember is that it always feels like it's hard and it's a struggle. I mean, if I had $1 for every single person who told me that I would never have the job I had today, I could clearly retire. But it's about hard work. I mean, that's the beauty of it. That's the secret. That's the magic of it, is that it's not about being prettier or necessarily smarter or having the right connections. At the end of the day, in my business, it's about coming in earlier, staying later. It's about working, getting feedback, going back to people and saying, I know I screwed this up, so here's what I was thinking. What were you thinking? What did I do wrong? How do I fix that? Going back again, asking, pushing, begging for opportunities to work, sometimes for free, to have a chance. And that to me is not really magic. That's just hard work. So that was the great thing. And every step of the way when people said, you know, you don't look black, how are you going to be able to do this? Or Soledad, what kind of a name is that? Maybe you should change your name. You end up realizing that those people, you just have to not listen to them. You just have to tune them out and decide, this is what I think I can do. And it's not magic to get there. I just have to keep asking the right people until someone points me in the right direction that I can get there. Because I know I can outwork anybody. And that's what my job is at least based on. It was actually pitched to me. It wasn't my idea, and it was a way to take a look at the 40th anniversary of the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And then with the second and third parts, that was actually the first part of the documentary. The second and third parts were a look at, well, where are we now? And it sounded like a great idea. My bosses had long been talking about how do we do something big and meaningful that has a wide scope. And I was really happy to be part of it. I was happy to be asked. Outside of that idea, then sort of the ball fell into my lap and my producers to figure out what stories we wanted to tell. I hope people say, you know, I think from when she started doing documentaries till the day she finished, she changed. She became someone else. She really was able to get in there and learn and tell the important stories. And by doing that, she was able to change a lot of people. She was able to, by being out front on stories, sometimes tough stories, sometimes great stories, sometimes people were crying, sometimes people were throwing stuff at the TV, sometimes they were cheering. You know, she brought a lot of eyeballs to important issues that otherwise wouldn't have been told.
Wow, that was an amazing story. journalists who are doing their things on the national scene, like CNN's Miss O'Brien. All right, our last story of This Week in Review. Well, the city of New Orleans is seeing red. No, it's not because of the BP oil spill. It's because Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated has descended on the city for their 50th national convention. Ladies from around the world are there July 29th through August the 4th. It is a celebration. It is a time to come together, and of course there'll be lots of shopping, eating, meeting, and community service. My partner in crime, Mike Anderson, who has been standing in for me for the last couple of weeks, will be down there with me, and we look forward to bringing back some great reports. And that's it for this week's BNz World Report. For more news with less of our views, please be sure to visit the website at brandnews.com. Make it a great week. All right, Play, you need to give me my money so I can go ahead and get into the mall and actually go shopping.